Okay, and we're live. And this is an exciting day because I'm here at home, but Catherine is sitting with another triber, Judy, in Philadelphia. And they're sitting there having a wonderful lunch in Philadelphia. So this is exciting to come to you, well, as we are.
Oh, yeah, I just got notification that we went live. Hi, everyone. I had a very long travel day. I think I got up at 4 this morning and I drove down to Philadelphia to meet with Dr. Zhang, who is a specialist in rehab medicine and specifically lymphology. And so that was a very good appointment. And so Judy came and met me and said we have to go out for lunch. That's basically what happened. And so here we are.
Meeting for the first time.
Yeah. Why don't you mention that?
Hi. I don't know who I'm talking to, but here I am. Happy to say hello to everyone from Philadelphia. This is the first time in I think 8 years that I've been waiting to meet Catherine in person, and so we met today.
This is your first time you guys are meeting in person.
Yes.
That's amazing, Judy. That's exciting.
It is. It really is. My heart stopped when I saw Catherine.
Uh-huh.
And there have been, if it weren't for Catherine, even though my lipedema is progressing, I don't think I would be as in good shape if it hadn't been for some of the resources that she provided. And so that's why I'm always so happy to know that people in the tribe or who sign on have the opportunity really to have resources, have questions answered that are important to them, and they may change, and you come in at different times. So I'm glad that people are part of the tribe. I'm glad that Catherine has offered the opportunity really to be present for people. And there's never a time, I can't speak for everyone, but I think it's true if I say that there's never been a time when I contacted Catherine that she hasn't been responsive to me. She may not be able to talk to me at that particular moment. She always gets back to me, which I think is so important. Um, and so I've really shared my life, and it's through a lens sometime of lipedema. And it's been quite a struggle, quite a challenge. But Leslyn, I appreciate your being there with the research that you do, with the comments you have about physical therapy and with keto. It's just it's just very comforting to know that there are people there who know, and it's really annoying to me and frustrating to me that the people that sometimes I meet in the tribe know more than the doctors I see. And I know that Catherine says, you know your own body and you have to be your own physician. But sometimes that's hard,
Yes.
especially at my age when I've grown up with the mentality of this is the doctor and you listen to the doctor. Um, so to challenge what somebody says um, is sometimes intimidating. But again, I'm at the age where I don't want to say what I was thinking, but yeah. So, well, as you know, Leslyn, I can go on and on. So why don't I just give the phone back to Catherine?
Well, I would like to, let me just say really quick about you a little bit, Judy, because Judy, you have been a part of this community and quite an advocate for quite some time. Um, as you've gotten us to speak for the UPenn group, and you're out there advocating and getting the word out and raising awareness about lipedema. So you've been involved in this community for quite some time. think we lost your the video there. Hopefully you guys are still on. And just
Sorry.
could you hear me, or did I
Yes,
lose you
we
for a
heard
while?
you. No, you just lost the visual.
Okay, great.
See you and hear you.
Okay, and I want to let you know that Paige posted, I can only imagine the excitement of meeting Catherine. Maybe not like meeting Jesus, but at least as exciting as meeting Elvis.
That's really funny, Paige. Oh my God, that's really funny.
Well, let me just comment on that page. You know, I wasn't sure what to expect, but Catherine's like this down to earth person. She is. Who snorts?
Who snorts?
She snorts when she laughs. That's right.
Yeah. But it's, you know, it's really nice to meet someone that you haven't seen in person, but you've been in contact with. So I'll give the phone back to Catherine.
And it's been a lot of years.
Yes,
Years.
a lot of years.
Yeah, really, as we've been, going in this process. But we were talking about you because we both had mushroom soup. So Judy recommended their mushroom soup and oh my God, it's absolutely delicious. Did I already say this?
Yeah,
And
you didn't say it on the air.
Oh, okay. Mushrooms are not a vegetable.
Well, they're not a plant, and they're not an animal.
And not an animal.
That's right.
Which I never knew until Leslyn said, "Oh, of course you can have mushrooms when you're eating animal source, because it's not an animal, but it's not a plant."
That's right.
Oh, it's a fungus. Who knew?
Yep.
Who knew? So anyway, Leslyn. So what was really I just want to say what's fascinating, and I think we're gonna have a longer conversation of this, not on this particular format, but Dr. Zhang diagnosed me with definite central lymphatic issues. And she made a couple recommendations, which I'll talk about at some point, not now. But I mean, there's something about actually hearing the diagnosis.
Yes, having it confirmed. Yes.
Yeah. Especially when she examined me, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you definitely have central lymphatic issues, and this is what's happening," and yada 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 yada.
Yes.
So I can say with some certainty that she's going to come and she's going to be on our panel for the event.
That's great. And I was just thinking about, of course, we want to make sure everybody holds the date for October 27, 28, 29 for our virtual community collaborative event. But also it's pretty exciting that some of our people, Dr. Matthew Carmody, Siobhan Huggins, our research specialist, are going to be going to Europe to be representing us at a very large Lipedema World Congress meeting near Berlin. And so we're part of this larger conversation that's happening around the world about lipedema, and we're raising awareness about this. But at our event that's coming up in October, part of what you're talking about, Catherine, is that we're specifically going to be raising awareness about central lymphatic issues and issues that affect really the functioning of the whole lymphatic system and how that impacts your life.
Well, I mean, so when I started this journey, these 12 or 14 years ago, however long it was a fat disorder. It was called lipedema. And it's only over a period of time that I began to realize the impact on the lymphatic system, even though I had lymphedema at the time too. But somehow I never at least at the beginning, it never landed what it meant. And it certainly didn't land how important the lymphatic system is to all of our functioning.
Right.
All of our functioning. The heart and the lungs and the brain and the spine and the periphery, but the central, all of the organs rely on the lymphatic system.
Yes.
Who knew? Who knew?
Uh-huh.
And they still don't know. Judy says that they still don't know. And it was so fascinating. I have a great deal of respect for Dr. Zhang, because she not only is a doctor, her expertise is working with cancer patients. She's a physiatrist. Yeah, but with most of her patients are cancer patients. But she's also a CLT. She got certified as a lymphedema therapist, and I asked her about it, and she said that she really wanted to know as much as she could, because lymphedema is so impactful for so many of us.
Yes. Yes. And I think we're going to be exploring that in depth in our October event. So I'd like to encourage everybody to sign up. Paige says she's so excited for the event. So that's great. Looking forward to seeing their page. I think this is going to be a very, very important thing. Here, Paige says, I had cupping done this morning for the first time and had the opportunity to do a full on education with the massage therapist. It was so interesting that she knew nothing of lipedema, but mentioned that she had 2 clients that have EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, that she recognized as being similar to my body type. And that is interesting, Paige, because it's quite often a comorbidity that people with lipedema seem to have. A lot of them have EDS. So thank you for raising the awareness, Paige. And also, I hope that the cupping was useful for you. It does help a lot of people.
Do you want to come and sit here? Okay. I just invited Judy to come and sit here so we could do both of us at the same time, but
good.
That's not going to happen.
Leslyn, I'd really like to make a comment about cupping.
Yes, please do.
Physical therapist tried that on me, and I have a fairly high threshold for pain. I could not tolerate it.
It's very painful.
Tolerate it. Very, very painful.
Very
we
painful.
do deep tissue massage.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tolerate the cupping.
Yeah. I think that's really important to try it, but then listen to your body and don't go beyond that pain threshold.
Yeah, I had extensive cupping done. You can tell that it's late in the day for me. I had a 6.5-hour drive here. So I'm a bit out of it. But
you couldn't tell, though.
You can't tell? You can tell. You can tell, can't you?
Just a few little minor lapses, Catherine, but you're doing very well.
Yeah, really, for getting up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Yes.
But the cupping is incredibly powerful. And it really helped me so much. But Judy's right. It is excruciatingly painful. And I was...
Do you want to get any entrees over?
We are going to do that.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. But
not right this
you're
moment.
Good. I'll get your plates out of the way in just a moment.
Oh, take your time.
And I will just say, too, that, Clara asks, what is cupping? And so it's like a suction cup, Clara, that it sucks the tissue up. Think of it like as a little plunger or something, that it sucks the tissue up. And this is, instead of pressing it down, it sucks it up. And Paige says that it was like bees stinging, how she experienced it.
You know, Leslyn, the way I think of it is if your toilet is stuffed up and you use a plunger,
Yes.
that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Only it's
even more so.
oh, it's again, it's so pain for me, but I'm very
And
sensitive.
yeah, and mine was because I had adhesions
Yeah.
from
So,
surgery, which is basically very extreme fibrosis.
yes. And that definitely
So,
is a way to attack that. Absolutely. I know I never had it done myself, but I'm wondering, is there a way to modulate it so you could be less intense or more intense?
Yes, you can. It's um, Erin, who you met, I think, at least online,
Yes.
started to do it with a very light suction, but I couldn't even tolerate that.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
again, I have a high threshold to pain, but I could not tolerate that. I mean, it was so painful, so I had to listen to my body.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah,
but you can titrate. I don't know if titrate is the right word for.
yeah, you
Yeah.
have to. Yeah, you have to do it very gently. Well,
Yes.
but you can't. The bottom line is you really can't because once you start cupping, it's it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense. So, listen, what else
Yes.
do you have today? Do you have announcements or anything like that?
I think we have a webinar coming up this
Yeah.
Thursday. You and Lisa are going to be doing a free webinar called Your Body is Talking to You. Pause and listen. Could it be lipedema? Insights and hope navigating your pathway. It's going to be this Thursday, August 24, at 6 p.m. Eastern. And so we will try to post stuff about more information and to register. I hope you can join us for that.
Yeah, really. I want to, thanks for reminding me. Lisa and I had a long talk today. I think, so for those of you who have been around, I usually do a very, the same intro about lipedema because we have so many new people coming in. So I do the same intro, and I'm not going to do that this time. Lisa and I were talking about it. We talked for a couple of hours on my drive down to Philly, and we really, I think the most important thing that we can do is learn the language of our bodies. And I think the reason, I often realize what's going on as I go through my own steps.
Mhm.
And the biggest aha, the insight that I've had through the past number of months is that I've had to listen to my body
Yes.
because truly nobody knows what's going on.
Mhm.
When I ended up in the emergency room, and honestly, they did an echocardiogram and they did a CAT scan with contrast and without contrast, and they did ultrasound. I mean, it was like one thing after another. And the doctors would come in and they would look at me and they would go, "We don't know. We don't know." And
Yep.
I'm like, "Oh my God." And I think that what it's done is propelled me into getting very clear about how to have that conversation. How do you have that conversation with your body? There's there's a book that somebody, and there's a whole thing a number of people have talked about called The Languages of Love or The Language of Love.
Uh-huh.
And there's, people express love in different ways. I think there are 5 of them. Somebody was talking about it recently. Well, your body has its own language. And what each of us need to do is learn how to interpret it.
Yes.
And so we're going to be diving into that on Thursday. So if
Yeah.
you haven't already signed up, be sure to sign up. And if we don't, I mean, I'm at the White Dog Cafe on Sampson Street in Philadelphia, so I don't have access to the link. But you can always get it on either Lipedema-Simplified or Lipedema Project. The link is on both of the websites.
Yes, please visit our websites to learn more about this free webinar coming up with two fabulous, highly knowledgeable speakers. And I do think that it'll be really a valuable thing to go to, just with, like listening to your body with what Judy was saying with the cupping. You've got to understand and interpret, correctly. Should I proceed? Should I stop? What should I change? Get those signals and learn how to interpret it. Yes.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you. We are going to sign off. Judy, you want to say bye to everyone?
Goodbye, everyone.
Nice to have you today, Judy.
Bye from Philadelphia.
Thanks, Leslyn.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And those of you that posted, it was wonderful to be here with you. And we'll see you next Friday.
Okay. I'm ending it.